Hello. Hi everyone. Mic check. See people in chat already. No, real dog. Real dogs be sleeping. Oh well. But hi. Hi Anthony. Okay. Let me drink some water. But yeah. How's it going? Oh hey. Yeah, is my audio good? Audio check? There, let me write down. This is pre-stream chat, take like 5 minutes. Audio good. Okay. There you go. Yoink, yoink. But yeah, today's gonna be really nice. Just recreating cover art. One of my favorite cover arts ever for any video game. Hello, hi Liam. You're loud and clear. Nice. And welcome, Joe. Oh my gosh, welcome back. It's been a hot minute since I streamed, actually. I don't even remember what my last stream was. Let me check. Because it's been busy. Like the past week. Been busy. There. I'm like looking at my... Oh yeah, it was the One Piece ship. Wow. That was like a few weeks ago now. Yeah, and I wanted to show too, maybe I could draw while we wait. I'm drawing this some Final Fantasy art on personal work. But okay, let me adjust this because I think the torso is a bit too short. But yeah, this is from Final Fantasy 14. I want to do fan art since they had an update. Let me see. There. But I don't know if I'll work on it in pre-stream. I'll just chat with everybody. I just want the show. There. Save. Heard Kingdom Hearts and came running over. I know. I really miss Kingdom Hearts. It's been so long since Kingdom Hearts 3. Kingdom Hearts 3 was like so long ago now. It was like 6 years ago. Isn't that crazy? I still remember waiting like so long ago. I was living in a completely different country when Kingdom Hearts 3 was first announced. Yeah, I know. And it's kind of funny because deja vu. Oh my gosh, it's giving me deja vu. Yeah, I know. I still remember the day I got Kingdom Hearts 3. It was the first time I ever went to the mall and like waited outside at opening hours. And it was crazy because where I was at, it was negative 50 degrees Celsius in temperature. So like when I tried to drive to the mall, it was like my steering wheel was frozen because like the part that like moves the wheels, it was just frozen stiff. And that was the first time I had to like Google like, what do I do? What is this light? And apparently it means that a part is frozen and I have to like do something. It was that cold. It's like deathly cold, but it was the perfect time to just stay at home, play video games. So yeah, that was iconic. Kingdom Hearts 3. Yeah, also for those who just came in, I'll start in like 2 minutes. Just like a little bit of pre-stream chats. Yeah. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. But yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3 is my favorite one. It's my favorite Kingdom Hearts entry after the DLC, because I think the DLC really improves it a lot. And I don't know, Kingdom Hearts just means a lot to me because my art style and the way I draw, I learned a lot from just drawing the cover art and Nomura's art style is just so iconic. Look at that. This goes so hard. This was drawn in like early 2000s and like it's so good. Y2K. So yeah, it'll be really good trying to recreate it. Where's the Adore? Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3D is so peak for Sora and Riku relationship shippers. I am so Riku shipper. That's me. I do love Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop for that. Like they're so sweet. Yeah. Hi, Fount. I was about to say Fountain Waters. Fontanian. Fontanian Waters. Yes! Soriku is the best ship. Okay. Soriku is the best ship. They're so cute together. But, you know, it's just about that time. Welcome everyone. Welcome to the stream. Oh, and let's see. Oh, intro has definitely inspired my love for animation, right? Yeah, Square Enix is just at the top of their game for animation for sure. But yeah, welcome everyone to the stream. Yeah, so today's stream is gonna be really fun because we'll be drawing cover art, and specifically we'll be drawing Kingdom Hearts 1 Final Mix's cover art. Because in case you don't know, we have a stream, we have a poll before the stream, and that's what won. You know, out of all these bangers. And it was kind of nice. I had a conversation in the chat with somebody about Shadows of Valentia. That was pretty nice. Fellow Shadows of Valentia appreciator. And yeah, so we'll be talking about composition, you know, what to look for when you're using reference, like how to even start the whole process. So look forward to that. And later on, you know, I have some user submissions from Discord that I want to feature. So we'll talk about that later. But of course, you know, before we begin, I want to say that at Wink Canvas, our mission is to make art education easily accessible to everyone. So join us for free live streamed lessons on YouTube every week and level up your skills with our community of art nerds. Because we're more than just a YouTube channel. We're an online school of illustration and visual storytelling, dedicated to helping artists turn their passion to income. And a huge shout out to our amazing students and members for supporting our mission. We love seeing your incredible artwork and watching you grow in our classes and weekly critiques. And if you want to dive deeper, join our Discord so you could get access to stream notes, demos, exclusive artwork, art challenges, and free resources to help you improve, and come connect with fellow art nerds and get inspired. So yeah. Alright. So, let's talk about composition a little bit here. Maybe I should bring up the other ones as well, actually. Let me grab the other photos that I got there. Maybe I'll just bring up the Doom Eternal one, because this one... There you go. Polar opposite. Kingdom Hearts. I want to talk about what makes good, you know, cover art. And to me, you know, I'll boil it down for this one. It's the composition and the values. So I'll talk about that. So let me write it down. Composition and values. Okay, so first off, with the composition of this one, of the Kingdom Hearts cover, it's pretty much like a triangle. You know, like if I had to, what's it called? Have to describe it. Like the shape is really nice, you know, like the overall shape. It's kind of tilted as well, you know, like maybe like a slanted triangle. Or if you want to be more specific, you know, it's kind of like a diamond as well, like that. So it has this nice way of like leading the eye, you know, to what's it called? leading our eye around everyone. There you go. So it's really easy to read. And I'm trying to think. But yeah, everything can be boiled down pretty much to a simple shape, but I think I'll talk about it more later once I get the drawing. And then values. In case you didn't know what values are just the brightness and darkness of a color, to put it simply. And under values, there's something called contrast. So contrast means the difference between light and shadow. So for example, if I had done this, right, like a really dark circle, and then this is the highlight of the circle, this is very high contrast because the shadow is really dark and then the light is very bright. But on the other hand, there, let me draw. So there's this one, and then this one. Oops, the opposite. Now this, on the other hand, is low contrast. So low contrast, there's barely a difference, between the light and the shadow. And really, this is the technique to it. So when you shade, don't just immediately make it the darkest color. And you can really tell with this one, with Doom Eternal, because you see the background is really bright, right? It's very low contrast. And then Doom Guy and then the Marauder, they're very high contrast, like all the dark shadows are there. And if you look like really far away, it's still really easy to tell, right? You can see Doom Guy right there. You can still tell that that's a person even from far away. That's also what makes a good artwork, is that if you can see it from afar and still recognize it, it means it's good. It's very easy to read. So there. If I had to simplify this Doom Eternal cover, so imagine, the background is really light. Maybe I'll make it like really light. And then remember, the background's a low contrast, so there's still a little bit of shadow, right? Like you can see in like what's it called? The structures in the back. And then I'll represent Doom Guy as like just like a simple circle. So he's really dark. There. And there. And then let me grab my airbrush. And then it has some like underlighting like that. There we go. And then make it darker probably. Yeah, pretty much, right? I really simplified him. He's literally just an orb. But yeah, look at how much it stands out compared to like everything else because of the contrast. Yeah, that's what makes good artwork. But let's put it to practice. Let's draw. I think. Okay, let's see. Chat is saying. I think. Okay. Where is it? Okay, delete. Okay, so first off, it's good to there. Let me draw like a rectangle just to represent the working area. Maybe it'll work like this. Okay, I think. And just like I mentioned before, it's good to start with the basic shapes. Basic shapes first. There, and I'll make sure that all of it is what's it called? There. Still following the sheep. There. And there's a bit of foreshortening happening here. So I'll make sure to get that as well. There. And here's an important part when you're sketching, is to not focus on the details just yet. Because I know it could be pretty exciting to like draw the hair, you know, draw, what's it called? Draw the face, but you gotta be patient. There. I think. So I'm just gonna lay out Sora's huge shoes. And yeah, honestly, earlier, talking about Kingdom Hearts' influence, just the way I dress too, like my fashion sense. I don't wear big shoes like Sora, sadly, but just like the chain, the little jacket, the layered look. There you go. And there. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, this is how you'd start off, pretty much. There. And then you get down. Yeah, and if you're doing this traditionally, you know, be sure to draw really lightly because you will be erasing like a lot. So there's Kyrie. There. And because I know a lot of students want to draw multiple characters, so this is also a good way to practice that. Let's see. There. Like. And here. But yeah, I want to know in chat. So if you were to do the stream, what cover art would you guys draw? I want to know. Because I do want to hear about what your favorite cover arts are and why. Yeah. Okay, hold on. You tell. Think. Yeah, it's true. Like, I think character interactions, yeah, it's a lot to juggle. But you know, this is the technique. Just start slow. Start small. There you go. Ooh, Risk of Rain. Okay, let me try to remember. I do remember what it looks like color-wise. But I do like the, you know, it's like a lot of teals and stuff. Risk of Rain cover 2. Yeah, it is pretty nice. Yeah, so the appeal of the cover for Risk of Rain, it's like the Doom Eternal, you know, Doom Eternal one, and the Kingdom Hearts like this one, you know, what makes it work. Let me see. Copy. Yeah, I'll just show it on stream for context for those who don't know. But yeah, you can see that like the contrast is really low in the background, and then really high contrast for the focus. The same thing. There. Yeah. Ooh, the one with the moon? Yeah, so what about that one? Are you curious about? Because that one, just from memory, like it's kind of like this. So you got Sora if I had to like boil it down. Oh, how's it contrasting? Okay, sure, I could talk about that. H1. Oh, weird. This one, iconic. It's a classic. Copy. And paste. Yeah, so for this one, you know, if you look far away, you see how easy it is to tell still? Because technically, for this one, if I had to compare it to black and white, you got the sky. The sky's really dark. And then for them, they're slightly brighter. Actually, I'll draw the heart first. There's the moon. And then on here, you know, there's like the city. Like that. So again, the background, you know, the sky is very low contrast. And then you get to the characters. So I'll just draw them as like a weird tower thing, just to represent them. And then for the characters, you know, they're very high contrast, meaning there's a big difference between the light, the shadow. So yeah, they attract a lot of attention like that. Yeah, so remember, your shading is really important. So don't just make parts darker just cause, you know, like, be mindful of it. Because the higher contrast something is, the more attention it attracts. So there. There you go. There. Yeah, it does, right? Yeah. Just the more art is so, it's so peak. Excuse me. And Kyrie needs to be there, slouched up a little bit more. Okay, perfect. And then I'm gonna draw Goofy. There. Then after I finish my sketch, I'll go over the submissions. There. There. And then dink. And then for shortening here, you got Goofy's leg. There. And then the shoes are really big actually. Just like everyone in Kingdom Hearts. There. Let me shrink it down. There we go. And then Goofy shoes. Yeah, I didn't even realize this before, but Goofy's heels are a little bit raised in this artwork. There. 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 And maybe I made his knee a little bit too big. But let's see. Let me adjust it real quick. There. There we go. And then his hands. There you go. And there. Hi, Gopher. Welcome. Yeah, we're just starting off with the sketch here. Yeah, I'll be drawing this in my own style, so I won't draw it like one-to-one, but what I will do is keep what makes the artwork really great, and it's the composition for this one. There we go. Here, because I'm keeping in mind that this is what's it called? This is like a pyramid, so I'm trying to remember that. Because it's like, bloop, like a triangle, so I'm trying to keep that with mine as well. But, you know, referencing doesn't always have to be one-to-one. Because sometimes referencing one-to-one is kind of boring. There. A pyramid color scheme? Yeah. It would be. Oh my gosh. The color theories. Pyramid. Right? And Donald. There you go. Yoink. Okay, let me move Donald a little bit more. Yeah, I think, you know, Kingdom Hearts is so special because I don't think Kingdom Hearts could be made now, you know? Because it's such a huge risk. It's so, like, it's so bizarre, right? It's like Final Fantasy and Disney. Yeah, it's such a cool combo. Yeah, and that's what I love about it too. It's how sincere it is, you know? It's like, it plays it all very straight and serious. It's nice. It's nice to see something sincere. Because, you know, nowadays people, I don't know, like even in like comic book movies, you could sort of feel it, right? There was like, weird. So that just happened, you know? Like there's still that like sort of embarrassment when they really shouldn't. Okay, maybe I'll like get rid of the border here. Yeah. Well, I think Kingdom Hearts 1, I think it's a little dated. I mean, it is like 23 years old at this point. But it's still a great game. Like, it's still a great action game. Like, it's still worth playing. But like, Kingdom Hearts 2 holds up really, really well. For sure. Even now. All the way back in the 06. Riku. There. And there. But yeah, so this is the technique when you are drawing, is to not rush it. You know, don't rush into like the finer details like the face or the, what's it called? The hair or like other stuff that people are excited to do. Just take your time. Here. Yeah. That's another thing too. That's a really good point to bring up for get the feels. Yeah, I know I'm doing it pretty fast, but that's because I just want to cover as much ground as I can, you know? You don't have to match my pace. It doesn't matter if you're faster or slower than me. What matters is what you learn. Okay, let me Riku's body's a little too short here. There. Yeah. And right now, I don't know, there's not much like step-by-step to do here. I guess I could talk about how I sketch, you know, like just like with everybody, I like to sketch the thing that I find most important. And usually that's the head, you know, because that's the thing that most people focus on. There we go. There you go. And then I just changed Riku's torso because I think it was a little bit too puffed up. I think he's relaxing more in that pose. So I made him more relaxed. Yep. Yeah. So my advice for drawing people, or just anything in general actually, not just people, is to try to think of how they move, you know? So if you think about the arm, you don't just draw the arm like this. Yeah, you think of the arm, and then the lower arm, and then the hand, and of course the fingers. So all of these parts move, and I'm really paying attention to how they move, they pose. And it's the same thing for the torso, because you might think, you know, you just have to draw the torso like that, but really, now you have the rib cage, the spine, and then the pelvis. So that's really important to remember. It's not just a clump, you know? Because maybe somebody is like bending backwards like that. So now you could like easily connect it. So here's there you go. Maybe it's like this sort of pose, like a running pose. Or maybe they're like matrix dodging. So you have the rib cage and the pelvis right here, and the spine, and look at that, matrix dodge. So there, and then there's the legs and the head. There you go. Whoa, and then there's like bullets. Yeah, so always remember that those parts are really important. Even though you don't see them, it's important for that reason. Oh, it's Shish! Hello! Hi, Shish. Welcome, welcome. Well, let's see what chat is saying. I used to watch these streams a lot because good vibe. Yeah. I'm glad you're here too, Deja Vu. Deja Vu Cats. Skeleton Cat. That's so nice. But yeah, so here's my sketch, right? Take as much time as you need in sketching. I'd say sketching is 100% the most important. Take your time, like do not rush this part, because you'd really hate it. Like let's say you're coloring, right? You want to finalize everything, and then you realize, oh, the arm is too long. I already did the line art. I already cleaned up the sketch. So make sure that everything is pretty much set at this phase, because it'd be annoying to mess up later down the line. And if it works in the sketch, it'll work. You know, it'll work in the final. So, you know, let's say theoretically, like, you're bad at coloring. That's okay. You know, coloring can easily be fixed. But sketching, I think, even if you color a bad drawing really well, you could still tell. It's kind of like a cake, you know, like you could decorate the cake all you want, but it might taste bad. But you might decorate a cake really bad, but if it tastes good, then that's all that matters, really. Yeah, let's see. Ooh, listening to a lot of streams while doing art. Yeah, shush. for sure. Just come chill. Okay, I have my sketch right here. So now I want to talk about the Discord submissions. Let's go. Let me pull it up real quick. Okay, where is it? There we go. Yeah, so for the uninitiated, we have a Discord. We have a Discord channel, and in our group, you know, we have our audience like share their artwork, and every month we have an art challenge, and this month's is animal anatomy. So yeah, I want to feature some of the user submissions here. Doop, doop. Yeah, starting with Jess, the Oklahomie. So thank you for submitting, and I really like her drawing here. It's like Copic markers, I'm pretty sure. I could tell from like the stroke lines right there. It's kind of nice. Like I love what's it called? The marker, seeing the marker strokes makes me miss doing traditional art. And yeah, so just actually posted like 4 artworks in total, but I picked this one. So she said to pick one of them. And I like this one because it reminds me of Beast Boy from Teen Titans. Like the green horse. And I think excuse me. The line work is so beautiful. I love the line work. The marker cross hatching at the bottom. It's just really well done. You know, I love the motion in the middle. You know, it's like in the middle of a hop, this horse. So yeah, this is definitely Beast Boy, yeah. It's just, whenever I see green animal, I'm like, wow, oh my gosh, it's him. Yeah, there's a lot of motion in this one, and I love how there's color swatches as well there. And you could see, you know, this blue, I say as if you could see my mouse, but the blue in the middle, you could sort of see traces of it, like behind the ear, under the tail. I really like it. So you could tell that she used the base, the color blue as the base. Yeah, it's really nice. Thanks for submitting. And then the next one is Ollie's. So I love the way that the brush strokes are lovingly placed for the feathers. So I really like it. This is like the most lovingly drawn rooster that I've ever seen. I love all the nature motif, you know, all around with the leaves. Yeah, chicken. Chicken. And yeah, just overall, it feels like it was painted with oil paints, with the way stuff is layered on. That's what I feel like with this artwork. And Ollie did a really good job of the feathers, you know? You could see like a little bit of blue, some cream yellow. I think it makes for a nice contrast, you know? There's like a nice mix of cool colors and warm colors there. It's very nice. And all in all, it really feels like I don't know why, but the best way I could describe it is it feels like it's made of cream. You know, like the colors, like cream, with like how warm and yellow they are. That's what it makes me think of, like yogurt or like cheese, which I guess is perfect. You know, all made in the farm. But yeah, it's very, very nice. I also like the frame. You know, it's not just symmetrical, it's very asymmetrical, you know, real offset to make it more interesting. I know. It's like, you know those memes where they slice something because it's cake? Like, it's like hyper realistic, and then when they slice it, it's like, oh, it's cake. I feel like if you slice this rooster, it's a cake. That's what it feels like with this artwork. But yeah, thank you, Ollie. Thank you for submitting. And then, last but not least, we have Dopa's. So this is artwork, and I really love the brushstrokes. Yeah, reeler cake. For sure. Yeah, for this one, I love the use of brush textures. I love the rake brush used on the grass. See that rake? And then you can see some of the textures mixed in on the back and like the patterns. It's very, what's it called? It feels like print, you know? It feels like somebody did this with traditional printing techniques. That's what it feels like. And also, the way that the horse is drawn, you know, he's aura farming. Like, look at him. Like the side eye. A lot of personality with this horse. Bro, it's just aura farming. Just lying on the grass. And then you got like the cool signature with Dopa right there on the right. At least I think it is. Yeah, it's like Dopa backwards. I'm pretty sure. Like a backwards D. And that's a backwards P. Yeah. Yeah. And Mr. Half said, don't worry about it. You know, welcome. There's no really being late on stream. If you make it, you make it. But yeah, I really love the pattern work, especially. I think that's the greatest part about this one. And also, it's really easy to read because of the values, you know, like I like how the shading, you know, and like patterns. I feel like patterns is an easy pitfall trap for a lot of artists because they mix up the shadows because of the patterns, you know. But this one, it's great, you know, like they balanced the pattern work really well. It's really easy to read. But yeah. Oh, oops. What happened? I made it bigger by accident. Oopsies. But yeah, that's all I got. Thanks for submitting, everybody. So, I don't know what I did. I zoomed in. Oops. I'll fix that later. Oh, I'm completely zoomed in even here. How do I zoom out? Lock preview? No. Yank. I accidentally zoomed in on my OBS. Okay, I'm looking at stream. Did I zoom in for everybody? Yeah, let me know in chat. Because on my screen, I like completely... Okay. Okay, it's just me. Perfect. Let's see. Preview scaling. Scale to window. Okay, there you go. It's just the behind the scenes stuff. Okay. Let me fix this real quick. And drink some water. Alright. Okay. Let's detail this artwork now. Because I got this one. I got a nice space. And I could make a new layer, but I think I'll just stay with this layer. Alright. Now it's time for my favorite part, fleshing out the designs. Okay, let me move this a little closer. There. Okay, let me zoom out a little. And just like I said before, you know, I like to draw the most important part. Of course, Sora's face. I'll draw that. And well, actually, before I do that, I'll make sure that the head position is just right. And here. Okay, his head is a little bit tilted. So here. Maybe move his head. There we go. Okay, so always remember, when you're sketching, it's important to get all the elements here before you like move on. So right here, you know, I made sure that everything is all set, right? All the characters are in place, all of the poses are just right. Always make sure that that's the case, because again, you don't want to give yourself a headache, the future version of yourself, a headache, by like messing up and having to start over after you've done line art. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Here we go. Here. Then, yeah, notice how, you know, the whole time earlier I wasn't zoomed in. So now, I'm actually zooming in to add the details. There we go. And remember, even though you're drawing the face, never ever zoom in like this, you know, where like you're drawing it. I'm still looking at it as a whole, like this. Because, again, at the end of the day, unless you're drawing a billboard or a mural that'll be painted on the wall, there's no use for doing this, because you'll always be looking at the artwork like this, really. So always remember that. Very, very important. Ooh. Yeah. Honestly, thumbnail planning stage is one of the most fun. Yeah, exactly, Shish. Maybe you could tell with all the whips. Yeah, I know. It really is. It really is the most fun. There. Excuse me. But then for me, I think my, what's it called? My least favorite part, the ugly phase of my drawing, is when I add in the base colors and there's no shading yet. I think that's always hard. That's kind of ugly. There. There we go. Then, here. There we go. There you go. Okay, let me draw his face here. Okay, and it's very important, you know, that even though the face will get covered up by the hair, it's still very important that you draw the face underneath so that, you know, everything is accurate. There. There. Let's see. Find the most inconsistent in terms of enjoyment. Yeah, with like sketching. It's true. Gotta come up with the initial concepts only to not like any of them. Yeah, it's hard. What I like is adding the personality to the sketch. But yeah, so for Mr. Halfsaid, you know, you gotta hone in on why you don't like it. You know, do you not like it because your ideas aren't coming out the way you want them to? Do you feel like you struggle? You know, maybe you take long with drawing bodies, for example? Because if that's the case, sometimes practicing some stuff will really help out, make it easier. For example, you know, if you're having a terrible time because you don't know how to color, then practice coloring. And then once it gets easier, you're like, okay, like it's a lot smoother. It's a lot smoother experience. So yeah. There. 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 I don't like it because I just can't get down an interesting design. Yeah? Yeah, there you go. If you feel like you're bad at it, then you just need a bit of practice. That's it. Let's see, my favorite part of drawing and the most fun is shading. Half the time I'm so tired. True. Yeah. See, this is why, let me drink some water first before I continue. This is why, I learned to skip the line art. So, there. I'm trying to think if I can, there. I can sorta get rid of that. And for me, I don't really, like, I remember back then when I was a kid, I would count the hair spikes just to like completely copy it, but I don't do that anymore. Okay, let me see. I want to interrupt the... There. I'm gonna interrupt the silhouette. Make a stretch. Yeah? Make me sweat. It's true, yeah. Just getting the proportions and stuff. There. What time is it? Okay. I like line art. Yeah. I'm trying to think if I should like simplify. Yeah, I'll just stick with this actually. Yeah, I'll simplify a lot of Sora's design here. Yeah. And then Sora's sleeve. But yeah, pretty much this is the part that just inherently takes time. You know, there's no like rushing through it. But also, this is why. This is why you spend a lot of time with a good base. Because now, all the information's just there, you know? All the information I need to sketch out. There. Oh, and I totally forgot that Sora was like wearing a onesie underneath here. There. I feel like I could make this hair a strand a little bigger. And I'm drawing on the wrong layer. Okay. Okay, let me reattach that. But yeah, I showed it earlier, but with this one, I skipped the line art for this artwork. I've been using like a textured brush again. It's been a while. But I just kind of jumped straight into color. And then this one. It's not done yet, but I don't have like the complete shading for like the other characters yet. Yeah. Meet the CEO of rendering. Oh yeah. Want to shake their hand. And yeah, rendering is definitely my favorite part. as well. Just like adding all the colors, all the shading. But yeah, really excited to finish this one. There. There. And then let's see. Oops. Let's hit rotate. There we go. Okay. And then the hand. And that's another thing too. The way Nomura draws hands is so good. There. For me, I feel like, you know, other than the CEO of rendering, I'd want to meet the CEO of color theory. Oh my gosh. Colors are so good. Probably my favorite part. There. And there. Ooh. Master designer. There we go. Oh yeah, speaking of, have you guys heard of W Place? It's that pixel art website where people could place pixels on the world map. And there. Yeah, it's really fun. I've been I have it on the background right now so that it's loading up my pixels, because for the people who don't know, the way it works is you have a limited amount of pixels and then it refreshes every 30 seconds. So yeah. You're literally on it. Yeah. Right? I just have it in the background. Yeah, it's huge-ish. Like the color wheel is my favorite thing too. Like it's a lot more encouraging to use color digitally, in my opinion. Because I feel like in traditional, you know, it's really nice. I really love the textures, but I feel like there's a lot of prep to it. Like you don't want to waste your expensive paints, you know, but it is still important though to experiment regardless. So maybe you could use cheaper stuff, or like still just use your materials. But yeah, I'm pretty frugal when it comes to that stuff. I don't like wasting. Let's see, it doesn't load. Yeah, I know. You're supposed to pick a different link, because I had that too, where it's not loading properly. But apparently they changed like their link or whatever. I saw it on Reddit because I looked it up. Usually Reddit has the answer. There. And then yeah, probably I'll see if I could detail Sora's shoes later. I'm not gonna like prioritize that. There. then for here, the way I see his shoes is I'm thinking of the basic shape here. Because you know how it's a cylinder, right? I've had to simplify it. It's at this angle. So that's how I'm thinking of it. So you see how I drew this pretty effortlessly. But can't speak. But yeah, that's how I look at it. And then here, okay, draw his other leg. Then let's see. Yeah, howdy. Let's see. I only ever use Reddit for obscure things. Yeah. It's true. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Can't speak. But yeah. I get that. I don't really hang out in Reddit all too much. Sometimes I just post my art and then I leave. I don't really hang out there too long. There you go. But yeah, going back, I love W Place. It's very good. And I'm honestly kind of tempted to like spend money and like buy the, what's it called, the pixel upgrades, but we'll see. We'll see how I feel. Probably not responsible. But there you go. Yeah, because I'm the type who doesn't really buy microtransactions, like in games or in anything. There. And shoes. You know, if it's DLC, it makes sense because it's an expansion of the game, but if it's stuff like skins or like the battle pass, I don't really buy that stuff. I just want to play my game. There you go. Hey. There's one down. Microtransactions killed my... Yeah. Killed my wallet and my grandma. Ooh. Yeah, according to W Place, Spamton, Tevi, yeah. I know, there's a lot of Deltarune, funnily enough. A lot of Deltarune and Undertale. There you go. Yeah, there's Sora. I simplified his shoes a little bit. But yeah, I'll save that for later. But look at that. That looks pretty good. Now time for Kyrie. There. And her head. Yeah. I know, right? And also, not to mention, Kevin, they can just pull the plug on the game and it's over. Like, they pulled the plug on the game. That's it. That's all your stuff. Okay, on here, let me talk about this a little bit. Making Kyrie feel like she's leaning on Sora. Because the way I see it is I imagine a cube. So like this is her face, and then there's her head like that. So that's how I picture it. I look for, this is the front, of course, this is the front, her face. This is the left side, and this is the top side. So that's how I see my my drawings all the time. There. Pay to win? Yeah, it definitely counts. My microtransactions for sure. Yeah. Stop killing games, yeah. I know. Stop killing games initiative. And then Kyrie's other eye. And actually, I'll change the, put a little bit of a twist on my part. I want them to be, like, looking at the camera. There you go. There you go. Then, grease her hair a little bit. Yeah, and honestly, I don't know if I'll reach color. I'll like color it in black and white just to focus on the values, but we'll see. We'll see if I can get there. Here's a little bit. There. And then I'll adjust her neck a little bit. There you go. Perfect. Okay, let me see what chat is saying. No. That's crazy. Yeah. Well, actually, you know what? That's a total lie. I've spent microtransactions for clothes on Final Fantasy XIV. I just realized. It's just too pretty. But other than that, not too much. There you go. Then Kyrie's there. Just close. But yeah, if you look at my artwork, it's not exactly like one-to-one, but that's okay. You know, I'm not really looking to make it one-to-one. What I'm looking for is that I nail the, what's it called? Nail the feel of the drawing. So that's how it should be when you're drawing referenced artwork. Is try to learn something out of it. Like, don't just completely copy it. You know, maybe you wanna do it in your own style. Or try to see how it would look in your own art style. There. And I wanna adjust her legs a little bit. There. Yeah, see, even now, you know, this is why you draw lightly, because, well, what's it called? Okay, just making sure. Yeah, draw lightly so that it's easy to erase stuff. Here. Okay, let's see. Bedtime. Okay, good night, digital artists. Night night. Can't believe we had the digital artist in our stream. Let's see. Yeah. Micropayments. Yeah. Yeah, I guess when I say microtransactions, it's just the, you know, the cosmetics or like packs or gems or whatever. But, you know, but DLC, technically it is a microtransaction, but I'd say it's DLC. Oh my gosh. Very funny. I remember back in the day, people would make fun of your game if it had DLC because they're like, oh my gosh, the whole game isn't in the. I think you have to pay for extra content, but now it's so common. There. There you go. And then. There. And then her skirt. Bloop, bloop, bloop. And then there. And big goose stretch. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I know. The Sims. I think The Sims is infamous for that one. Like, there's so much DLC. I think somebody did the math. Didn't it cost like $10,000 or something? Something crazy like that. I forget the specific number, but it was some obscene amount to get all the stuff in The Sims. There. Kyrie slip-on shoes. There. You walk away. You don't hear me say, please, oh baby, don't go. Simple and clean it. Say that you're making me feel tonight. There you go. Look at that. It's starting to come together. It's hard to let hold me. Whatever lies beyond this morning. Little later on, regardless of warnings, the future doesn't scare me at all. Oh, seems like before. Oh. Alright. And speaking of DLC, isn't it cool? True. Yeah. Yeah. But also, did you know that Silk Song was supposed to be DLC? But they decided to make it a full-fledged game? Where is Silk Song? What's up with that? Does it exist? Yeah, I forgot her belts. Okay. Whatever lies beyond this morning, the little later on, regardless of warnings, the future doesn't scare me at all. Oh, seems like before. Okay, to talk a little bit actually about Goofy here. I'm just kind of, what's it called, putting more detail onto the shape. So, you know, earlier it was just like the basic kind of snout, but now starting to add in all the funny bumps. Oh, oops. The the details on his snout than his eyes. There. There. And then here. And there. Yeah, it is simple and clean. Yeah, okay, let me read what chat is saying. So song conspiracy, yeah. It's not real. But yeah, it's true. I'm just memeing, but it's gonna be great. When it eventually comes out, it'll be amazing. Yeah. There we go. See, this is why. This is why you spend time with like practicing your anatomy and like your shapes, so that you don't hit any road bumps, because you might be thinking like, wow, I draw really slow, or wow, like I really hate I really hate my drawings. And usually that's caused by not having enough practice, you know, like not having the knowledge to do what you want to do. So sometimes you might hit a roadblock, and in the beginning, you know, you might be a little slower to get to what you want to draw, but eventually, you know, the more you learn, the more like possibilities open up for you. There. So yeah, not saying that you shouldn't try stuff that's hard, and to not take your time because you're, what's it called? Because you're slow at something, you have to rush through it. You don't have to, but you will learn to get faster. You know, you get faster by learning, taking the time to do that. There. And then let's see, Goofy. Yeah, because I think I've had that question a lot asked to me, which is like, how do you draw faster? And the answer is to take your time. Take your time and like learn, because once you learn, you just naturally get faster, and things just naturally become easier. There you go. Hold me, whatever was beyond this morning, a little later on, regardless, warnings, the future doesn't scare me at all. There. Okay, now it's just stuck in my head. Simple and clean is so good. Okay. Let's see what chat is saying. Real. Yeah, that's crazy, Shish. Yeah, don't get a heat stroke. My gosh, that's really hot. Well, let's see. I do find it funny how the costume in Goofy's was typical in Final Fantasy. Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, Square has made some silly creatures before. I guess Goofy could fit in with that. I think Donald's pretty cool, like a cool black mage. I don't know what class Goofy would be. Like, I guess just knights? But yeah, I'm really glad that Nomura made designs for Donald and Goofy. It's iconic. There you go. Yeah, I think I'll simplify a lot of Goofy's design too. There. Yeah? Donald's a great mix, for sure. Just stay inside? Yeah, that's good. Yeah, don't go out. Don't go out at the 40-degree weather, 40 degrees Celsius. That's crazy. That's like warmer than the human body. That's crazy. Shield Maiden, yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. There. Yeah, I think the hottest it's ever been for me was like, I think it's around the same temp. Like 45 is the hottest I've ever experienced. Yeah, I don't like it when it gets warm because I get nosebleeds. It's the worst. There. Yeah, and also I just get allergies when it gets too warm. So like, yeah, I'm just allergic. Keep sneezing. Okay, there's Goofy. I am Goofy. There. Yay. I do think I made his head a little bit too big. Maybe shrink it down just a touch. There. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, I'll try to get colors in by like 30. Yeah, you can. The science behind it is that the lining in your nose is pretty sensitive, so it can happen. It starts to get irritated, and yeah, that's how it works. There we go. But yeah, so far, here's my drawing. There's all the deets. Then Donald. Okay, I'm gonna draw Donald's face first. Okay, then a little tufts of fur. There. There you go. Let's see. Yeah. Dang, that's crazy hiking conditions right there. But yeah, I think on that topic, I really like nature. Or whenever I go like on vacation, I think nature is my favorite part, because that one, you can't really get nature anywhere else. So for example, going to Banff in Canada, you don't have mountains at home, so it's really nice to see the world. Change the world. My final message. Goodbye. There you go. Then Donald's eyes. There. And then I think I'll change his body a little bit. Bit lowered. Oops. There. I think his eyes are a little bit bigger as well. Nature at home. True. There. His eyes slightly bigger. I think. He looks really funny right now. But this is another thing about sketching, is there's an ugly face, so just like stick through it, because you're in charge of fixing the ugly face. And funny enough, it's Donald. Donald looks really funny in this. There. I think it's how short his body is. Let me take a look. There. 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 I think his eyes are further apart as well. I realize. There. Then. There. Good enough. Yeah. Donald, the chubby, he's a chubster in that one for sure. I was so glad they moved to the countryside. Yeah, I know. Countryside is so nice. Okay, I think what I'll do is this. Let's make him slightly taller. And there. And then Donald's bangles. There. There's a new idea. There we go. Maybe I think it has something to do with his snouts. There. And his eyes. There you go. Yeah, nice to see a mountain from your room. For me, no mountains to be seen. It's all flat land. There you go. Yeah, but I feel like my favorite weather is still winter. I think winter is really nice. All the snow. Or maybe his head's too big as well. Let me shrink. Yeah, that looks a lot better. There you go. I'll detail his other stuff for now. There you go. Yeah, so far we've hit our first wall. Donald Duck. He's impossible to draw. This is the unexpected thing that's kind of hard to draw. Donald Duck's face. There. Let's see. Yeah. I see he doesn't have snow, yeah. I think. Then here. What time is it? Okay. This is perfect actually. Making good time. try to draw his snout a little different. There you go. He's a lot cuter now. Yay! Crisis averted. Yay! Look at him. I'll draw Riku and then I'll get to coloring actually. I could do it. +1 ice cream. There. There we go. I think here. Yeah, I really like how, you know, his little bug feet, it's not just, what's it called? Nomura also did the little flaps, so it looks like he's flapping his toes. That's really cute. There. And little feet. Yeah, that's another thing too. You know, when you're referencing, you kind of learn about the little details that you otherwise would not have. There. And then on his feet, holding backwards, like that. Yay. There. And there. Yay. There's Donald. I still think he needs a little bit of adjusting in his face, but I'll probably fix that as I go along. There. Yay. Trying to think of... Maybe now his head is too small. I think that's what it is. Yay. There we go. And then last but not least, I'll draw Riku. Yeah, so far, here's a little zoom out of the drawing so far. There you go. Look at that. And then... there. And let me adjust the deets. There we go. Yeah, that looks way better. Then Riku finally. Yeah, Donald is really hard to get right. But close enough, you know. And I think with Riku, I'll change the angle of his face a little. Make it so that he's relaxing a little. There. Yeah, this is one of the things I learned like a while back. Did you know that Riku's pants are supposed to be fisherman's pants? So like, if you look at his pants, it has like this weird layer, I guess, to it. Because it, you know, they come from Destiny Islands. There you go. It's a lot of ocean in their world. And there. Yay. I think you got it though. Yay. Thank you, Joe. Yeah, and you know, a lot of people have been talking about it, but I feel like it would be really nice if Max was in Kingdom Hearts, you know, Goofy's son. I agree with that. They should add him. Because, you know, they got Huey, Dewey, and Louie, you know, Donald's nephews. I feel like that'd be a fun addition. Maybe here. There you go. I know. Max would be really cool in Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, Goofy movie is one of the... I think it's one of the best movies that Disney has put out as well. I really love the Goofy movie. It's a lot of drama. Like, as a kid, I was like, man, this is like heavy drama. Oh my god. And as a kid, I really felt for Goofy more than Max, actually. Like, growing up. Like, I get it, you know, he's a teenager, but like, oh, why are you so mean to your dad? Goofy's so nice. But I do get it, though. Goofy is pretty overbearing in that movie. Yeah, he would be DPS for sure. Yeah, I imagine he'd have a sword and shield. That would be cool. He'd be a paladin. That'd be sick, actually. Max as a paladin. Let's see. Yeah, Night in Training, yeah. Yeah, I'll adjust Riku's face later. There. Now just paint in his cross there. Okay. What would he wield? Yeah, he would. I think he'd be a sword and shield type of guy. Imagine him as a Dark Knight with a giant sword. That would be kind of cool too. I just heard the W place notification. I have all my pixels loaded up. So after this I'm probably gonna draw. There. There we go. W place grind is real. It's true. It's really fun. I gotta finish my artwork that I'm making. But yeah, Deja Vu Cat. I see that. I see that a lot. Or maybe he could be a secret boss, you know, like Julius in Kingdom Hearts 3D. That one I could see. Nah. Here. And then I think gotta fix Riku a little bit. Because I need to be a little bigger. There you go. And then there we go. Pretty happy with that. And then what time is it? Okay. I will called There we go. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll try to clean up my line work a little bit. And then I think his arm a little bit short. So let me, there we go. Slightly larger. There you go. Okay. Here's the sketch. Wow. This looks really cool. Yank. And then just add like the debris a little bit. I drew on the wrong layer again. You cut, paste. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So I'm trying to think of how I would do the colors. Yeah, I'll add some blue. There we go. Then I'll turn this to multiply. Yeah, and here's another thing that's good for learning is to try not to use the color picker. You know, like try to guess what the colors are and then compare it by color picking the photo so that you could see how close or how far off you were in your color choices. You know, because it is really important to be able to make those decisions on your own. It's a really good beginner practice so that you get a feel for it. You know, you get a feel for why you like the colors that you like using. There. Yeah, so right now what I'm doing is I'm making a, what's it called? Making a block out so that I can just make a clipping layer and I don't have to worry about coloring outside the lines. There we go. Mm-hmm. Ooh, Miku. There. There we go. Yay. Okay. What time is it? Okay, in about the next like 20 minutes, I will just be coloring. Yeah, then I'll wrap up. Wow. There you go. There. And I guess I'll draw this rebar in too. I think. Okay, once I get this block out, I can start talking about colors. There. There we go. Yay. So here's the block. Ooh, wow. Thank you, Joe. Thanks for always supporting. Thanks for always supporting with super chats and gold super chat. Thanks so much. There. Drinking some water. Oh gosh, my voice is giving out again. Yeah, big ups. Thank you so much. Supporting the channel. Okay, now here comes the fun part. Let's color. So as for this one, a lot of light colors. There, very dreamlike. There, then instead of gray, I'll make this one. I'll make it light too, the base color. Yeah, also, I want to say, the base color is very important. So notice how I made everything blue? Because that'll help you decide, you know, your colors. It gives like a good backdrop. Let's see, random question. Suffers with wanting to draw, but then, yeah. It's true. Yeah, so deja vu. What you do is you just draw. Just draw whatever you want. Draw a line. You don't have to draw like a masterpiece, you know. I feel like you're getting executive decision. I think that's like the full name. Executive dysfunction. It's yeah, you get that because you're kind of overwhelmed, you know. So like, try not to think about it. And then it becomes easier. Oh. And then Kyrie. But yeah, that's the secret, deja vu. Just don't overthink it and draw. And also, if you're just so tired, maybe you're just tired from a long day, then maybe take a little bit of a break, and then come back to it. Then try again. Because we're not drawing machines. It's pretty natural to not be able to draw. They just draw and then I freeze, and then I ask, but what though? Can't draw without a minor drawing idea, specifically the pose. Okay. What you could do is just like draw somebody standing, really. Just somebody standing there, or just trying to think. Hold on. Sorry, I'm like multitasking. There. And then yeah, actually maybe I won't color that in too much. There we go. Let's see. Ooh, shears bring me a lot of happiness. Yeah. Well, thank you. I'm glad you're happy. There you go. Yeah. Because sometimes you just need a break as well. Like you don't have to force it. Maybe, you gotta think about it. Like, did you have a long day today? Did you do anything crazy? Do you just need a break? A lot of factors. There. And then a little bit of blue. And Sora's blue eyes. Forgot to color his eyes in. No, I'm gonna color Kyrie's eyes, also blue. Yeah. Yeah, you just, as much as you want to draw like all the time, you're not really robots, so it's natural. And then some yellow. Yeah, I'm using some really muted colors. I'm kind of sad. In Kingdom Hearts 4, there's no more clown shoes. You could say Sora grew out of those shoes. Or he grew into it, actually. But let's see. Sometimes I just take one of my own characters and give them a new pose. Yeah. Oh, and another thing, deja vu, is don't make your canvas empty. Don't leave your canvas empty. Like, even just like a line is enough. There you go. I think leaving it empty will make it a lot more overwhelming. I forgot to color. Yeah, you can see them using a lot of like kind of muted colors, you know, a little bit desaturated. There we go. Excuse me. Yeah, trying to do this traditionally. Yeah. Very nice. And here's another thing. It's a lot easier to start desaturated and lighter because it's easier to go darker and add more color after. So yeah, you don't have to jump straight into just, what's it called? Don't have to jump straight into saturated, vibrant colors. And then Riku. There. And the debris on the back. There we go. Oh, and I guess I'll add some. There you go. Just a little bit at the ground. And I think I'll color my, where is it? Yeah, I'll color my line work the nice red. There you go. I used multiply, by the way. So my line work is in multiply right now. So that's why I'm able to do it like this. Let's see what chat is saying. Yeah, I tend to choose something I've always wanted to draw. Yeah. Can be a study, anything, 15-minute timer. Exactly. What random said. What flipping bird? There you go. What flipping bird mentioned? Because again, it doesn't have to be your best drawing ever. It just has to be a drawing. Maybe I'll make it darker. Okay, too dark. Yeah, perfect. And then Donald has like slightly, maybe a little bit more. There you go. Yeah. It's true. Don't aim for perfection. Just aim for making your drawing exist, you know? Yeah, bring it out of your head. What time is it? Okay, I got 7 minutes. Wow. 7 minutes to try and wrap this up. Maybe I'll spend like a little bit extra 5 minutes, but no more, no less. Probably. Yeah, because there's like one last thing I wanted to share after this. Goofy. And then some green. There we go. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, compare your... If you're gonna compare to anybody, compare to yourself. You know, like your old artwork. It's always a nice feeling to go back and be like, wow, it's so much better now. Okay, maybe a little bit more. Right. Yay. There. Oh, and Goofy. Oh, wow. Goofy's jacket is black. His vest. Wow. There you go. Why did I think it was yellow? There we go. And then Riku. There. Oh, and I can forget his eyes. Pink. There. And then a nice purple. Blue purple. Yeah. And also, it's a really good gauge, you know, maybe you look at your old artwork and maybe you realize, wow, I've been doing the same thing over and over again. So maybe, you know, you could try something new. That's another good gauge for your artwork. There we go. Okay, and then Goofy shoes. It's like slightly, ever so slightly. And then, I guess, Riku shoes are a little bit darker. And Sora's belt. There you go. Okay, let me see what chat is saying, actually. There. Yeah, frustrating bursts, yeah. Okay. There you go. Okay, so earlier I talked about adding in the shadows later. So now I'm gonna do that. Gonna add some nice shadows to add some contrast. There. And this is all just with one multiply layer. So I won't overcomplicate it too much. There. Because again, what you make dark and what you make light is very, very important. Making your artwork stand out. There. And I'll show you like a before and after a little bit. Yeah, so for example, here, add some shadows on the characters. Yeah, right on time. Yeah, I'll just take an extra 5 minutes and then I'll wrap up. There. And then here. And ideally, you know, you would like take your time with this part. You know, don't rush through it. But I think there's a charm, like, with having a limit. You know, because you take a lot of time. You know, you're kind of lax. But having a limit can really give it some character. Okay, then here, the tiles. There. There. And ink. Oops. There. And then, let's see. Oh, a bit of a silly question regarding the brightness of the colors in drawing. Sometimes it's rather okay on my computer screen, and when I send it to my phone, it looks so dark. It's true. This is also why I recommend people to not use these ones. So you see these colors on the edges? These colors are very extreme, and they will show up differently. So that's why I tend to use colors within this, you know, like around here. And I'm not saying that you can't use these colors, but use them sparingly. So for example, this like really bright purple, I wouldn't use it like this, you know, I wouldn't use it to color like the sky because it will show up differently. But as a highlight, you know, like maybe there's like a shine like that, that would be perfect. So use those absolute colors really sparingly. And it's just that each screen, computer screen, and like phone screen just works differently. So it will show stuff quite differently. So yeah. There. Actually, I won't use my texture brush. I'll just keep it simple for now. And then a little bit of Sora's hair. What time is it? Okay, 3 minutes. I'll probably wrap up. Oh, right. Now I remember what I was supposed to say. For Bird Skelly, this is why I used the triangle instead of the rectangle color wheel. Because it shows me, I think the limit shows me the information better. Because it tells me the brightest, the darkest, and the most saturated. Much easier. You know, there's like an imbalance to it. And so mine's a little bit different. You know, it'll be a little bit more in my style. There you go. Yeah, no problem. So it is just a hardware thing as well. What time is it? Okay. I'm a lock in right now. Lock in. Because I'm doing pretty well. Yeah, look at it. So before and after. Also, I'm making sure that, you know, it's still recognizable because from here, right? If I zoom out, it's okay. But then with this one, it's a lot more distinct. There. And all I'm doing is I'm using multiply, you know, to add like a cool blue shadow. There you go. And there. Yeah, this is my artwork. I think this is close enough. So before like I start wrapping up, you have any more like stuff you want to share? Any like questions? What's my favorite color? Just like any question. Let me know. Oh, you know what? I could add clouds as well in the background. Where is it? While I do that. There. Just like in the painting. What's my favorite color? I'm trying to think. It really changes, but I think a nice pink is always my favorite. There you go. Can never go wrong with a nice pink. Mhm. There. Mhm. Ooh, favorite playable character, Kingdom Hearts. Riku. Riku's my favorite Kingdom Hearts character. I just think he's the coolest. And I think he's really sweet. There we go. My favorite Kingdom Hearts character. Next to Roxas. And then Sora's a number 3. There you go. But there you go. Pastel colors are nice. Thank you. Favorite non-playable character. Trying to think. I was gonna say Xemnas, but Xemnas is playable in Kingdom Hearts days. That's hard. Trying to think. Probably. Yeah, I can't think of anyone. That's like non-playable because like if I say Kyrie's playable. Like the main, like all of them have been playable. I'll have to get back with you on that. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, traveling for sure. Yeah, it's always great. That's why I love doing nature drawings because of that. Because of traveling. Connected to what I like. You know what? Maybe I'll do this. I'll use hue saturation and try to see what it looks like a little bit more. Okay, yeah, that looks a lot better. Okay, you know what? Okay, let me try to think of like non-playable. I guess the non-playable characters. Maybe the nobodies. I'll say that. There you go. Yeah. But that's my answer. My favorite non-playable character is probably the Dragoon nobodies. There you go. Not playable. But yeah. To sum things up, you know what makes a good artwork, whether it's like box art or it's just a book cover or anything like that, is really the planning. You know, like really spend that time planning, and like if you have a hard time making your own ideas, just copy. Just reference some artwork like I did here and try to pay attention to how they did it, you know? Like try to put yourself in their shoes, the artist's shoes, and think, you know, like try to retrace their steps and try to see how they did it, because that'll help you in the end with how you would make your artworks. Yeah, really spend that time. But again, you know, we're not just a YouTube channel, we're also a school of illustration. So if you want to take classes with me, with Jesse, with Josh, with Faye, with Gonzalo, Arunia, go check out the site right next to me. There's like what's it called? There's a link if you want to check that out. Or if you want to keep supporting us, you could become a patron or a YouTube member, so you could get perks like, you know, feedback and like this art file. You know, this art file that I'm using right now. And trying to think. Yeah, let me look at the list. I'm just like going off the top of my head. But yeah, you could also join our Discord, you know, if you want to see this file posted and interact with like our audience. So we do that. And again, thanks to Joe. Thanks to Joe for donating a super chat for today. I really do appreciate it. Every piece of support is helping us in making free stuff, you know, free stuff for everybody. And oh my gosh, I just realized. Oh well, it looks nice actually. This is like as absent-mindedly like merging the stuff together, and I think it's wrong, but it's okay. It kind of worked out in the end. But yeah, even for the people just watching our streams, it's a big help. So it really does help support our channel, and it really means the world. So Thanks so much. Okay. I'm wondering if I should like undo my mistake. Let me see what it looks like before the thingy. Okay. Okay. Maybe merge. Yeah, I'll just merge it all like that. There you go. Let me compare it. It's a lot more vibrant actually. Maybe I'll paste it? Ah, it's too late. I deleted it. Oh well. You know what? No more stalling. This is the best I can do. That's it. Thanks so much everybody for joining. Alright, see you next time. Bye bye.